and this is Arvind Upadhyay. And in this video, in this episode, I will talk about everything that no one talk about. This is a very serious matter, and I am going to deep dive about that. I have done many research about that. See, the like the thumbnail you have seen already. That thumbnail is how to be a billionaire. Okay, so I'm not talking about millionaire. I'm very long vision, that is billionaire. So being a billionaire is not actually easy. Understand? So if you want to be billionaire, it's not going to be easy for you. Not you, not for me, not anyone. Being billionaire is really hard. We all know this very well. Okay, so हम ये very अच्छे से पता है हम सबको कि बिलीनियर बनना बहुत ही हार्ड है. And literally if you see, there is very less billionaire in this whole planet. Okay, so क्या करना चाहिए अपने को, like what you be have to do for to being a billionaire. So अपने को billionaire बनने के लिए क्या करना चाहिए, what you be have to do for being a billionaire. So गाइज, मैं ऑथर हूँ. मैंने कई सारी बुक्स लिखी हैं, बट बाद में मैं जब बहुत ज़्यादा फोकस करता था बुक्स बेचने पे, लाइक आई वाज फोकसिंग actually so much on selling my books. But like lastly I realized that if you see so much wealthy people, they have they got their wealth not by only selling books. You have to create some program, and that is a trademark program, something that unique, something like system. Selling a book is not going to make you billionaire, and not if you want to be billionaire. I realized this very easily, that I have to create some system, some of the process that actually again and again make me money for me, and then wealth is, so that time is like continuously you have to make something that make money for you. So in that way you can make wealth. Okay, so like billionaire, if I want to be a billionaire, I have to have own the equity and businesses and scalable businesses. So if I have a business that is making over 10,000 crore annual revenue, I can be a billionaire. Okay, so number one, the rule for being a billionaire, you have to own a scalable business. Without owning a scalable business you cannot be a billionaire. Okay, so ये एक myth है. This is a myth. अगर कोई कह रहा है, if anyone is saying about this, that you can be billionaire by many other ways, so that person is actually wrong. I cannot एग्री विथ दैट पर्सन कि आप बिलीनियर बन सकते हैं जॉब करके, या फिर छोटे मोटी चीज़ें कंटेंट क्रिएटर बन के. हाँ, अगर आप मिस्टर बीस्ट जैसा कंटेंट क्रिएट करते हैं, या फिर आप लाइक बहुत ज़्यादा फ़ैन फॉलोइंग है, आप बहुत बड़े इन्फ्लुएंसर हैं, सो यू कैन बी अ बिलीनियर. यू इफ़ यू बट फॉर दैट यू हैव टू very big at top, like world's number one YouTuber you have to be for being a billionaire if you're in the influencer game. But I'm not saying that you cannot make a good wealth in the being as an influencer, but you cannot reach that level of billionaire mindset. To being a billionaire you own equity, like most of the billionaire, if you see Elon Musk, they own many companies equity. Okay, so if you search top 10 billionaires, you find out that everyone over there they have somewhere equity in the big companies. So you have to own the equity for in the big companies for being a billionaire. But अगर आप if you focus very wisely, you find out that these billionaires, most of them are self-made billionaire. So they have made created their wealth by their own, not like generational wealth. So this is not impossible also. Okay, so it's not actually impossible. Being a billionaire is not impossible game. So yes, it's easy. Not, I will say that being billionaire is going to be very easy. It's very hard, of course, because I have continuously like looking guiding many people, and I have seen them that their feedback that they are being more wealthy day by day. But being wealthy, being billionaire is taking longer than they was thinking initially, that they can be billionaire easily, but not, it's not very easy to being a billionaire. So what you have to do, number one thing, you have to create a brand. Okay, you have to create a business. So if you create a brand, second process is automate that brand to increase the revenue. Not like you running 1 lakh per month revenue and you thinking that I can be billionaire with this brand, with this. Not possible, 100% not possible. If you're doing revenue of 10 lakh per month, so that also not going to make you billionaire. If you're doing uh, like if you're doing a revenue of 15 lakh per month, right? If you're doing the revenue of 15 lakh per month, then also you are not going to be a billionaire. So you have to focus on broader picture. So what is the broader picture? You have to focus on the scaling of that organization. Okay, so scale that at the next level. Okay, so when you can have the capability to scale that, like what my focus, you have to create. First of all, whenever you're looking for an idea, focus on that, how much total addressable market size for this idea. Suppose I have a brand career guidance, brand career go, but I know that if I scale this brand, also this is never going to make me billionaire. My brand career bro is also not going to make me billionaire. Because why? Total addressable market size is low. There are the very few people who is actually going to pay for that product, that service. And if I capture 50% of the market, then also I'm not going to be billionaire. So focus on investing in that ideas that can be easily scalable, that can be uh, easily can be very scalability, that can be have a very good scalability easily. So being billionaire going to first of all, you have to change your mindset. You have to focus on the large view. You have to focus on the long term, not thinking about that. No, like, yeah, if I work for, like if I am working day by day, then somewhere I am going to make the wealth, and from 1 year, 2 year, 3 years I'm going to make the wealth. But that's not going to actually work. You have to, if you want to be very wealthy, if you want to be billionaire, you have to own multiple businesses. You have to own that. Like if you can't own multiple, I think that you own a AI startup, suppose, and you find out like 3,000 customer for that AI plus company. Like you are software, software as a service, or like AI agent you have. And then that you raising next series for that particular brand, that like you're making 8,000 crore of the businesses, and then you become a billionaire. So there are the three way. In traditional way, if you focus so if you focus like in the traditional businesses, there is the very low capability to making no billionaire, because that is not highly scalable. Suppose I open a small shop, is that me going to make me billionaire? So answer is never. Because why? I am going to 100% put my trade my time for that, opening the shop, and attracting with each and every customer day by day. So actually we all have very less time. If you closely see that, we all have very low time. We don't have unlimited time. So if you have very less time, what you are going to do? You have very low time. Okay, you don't have that much, that huge time. Like you have daily 40 hours daily. No, you have only 24 hours. In that 24 hours, you have to take 8 hours of the sleep daily. You have to take 2 hours in eating, wearing clothes, and all of these. That are the daily process. That is daily activities. You cannot avoid them actually. So you have to do that. No issue, no way. You have to continuously have to focus to doing that. So if you thinking to being a billionaire, your focus should be like Yes, I want to be a billionaire in 5 to 10 years. I have to focus on what? I have to focus on building startup, because startup is very painful, but that can make me billionaire. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to try to making a startup that have huge potential to grow. Okay, so like suppose I run a AI agent startup. Okay, now I have two customers from any state. I can scale them 10,000 customers in from one state, from two state, three state, four state, five state. Slowly I can scale that on the national level. And when I scale at national level that particular brand, people going to come under me, like 3,000 people working for me. I am a billionaire. Easily you can be billionaire if as much as people working for you, you can be a billionaire. Okay, so being billionaire require to, like, many people working for you continuously, day by day, so you can be billionaire. So build startups, not one startup. Try build multiple startups, invest in startup companies, and for equity of course, and build system, not like product. Like if I think that with my books I can be billionaire, no, they are only can help me to get some money from that, but not that. So I have to create like coaching programs, I have to create something like momentum, something like that can, if people remember and pay continuously for tickets for like something else. So in that way I can make good wealth. So like that way you have to try to build a startup and scale that startup and then you raise capital for them. So much capital, I 100% believe, if you capable you can raise as much as possible. Fundraising, I'm one of the my book, the startup fundraising, is like very famous for the teaching startup founders that's how to raise capital. So you try to raise capital for your startup, and when you raise capital for your startup, the second thing you have to scale it. Okay, so you have money in your the company account. Now you have the capital in your hand, put it, open new stores, scale the performance marketing, make the website more amazing. So all the things you have to put your capital there, put your money there, and then scale it at the large level. And when you scale it at large level, revenue going to increase, team members going to increase, and your outlet going to increase. So slowly smoothly you can scale that particular. So for being billionaire you have to own very strong scalable business. You have to own the equity in the startups. You have to own a particular system that's continuously making money for you.